Welcome to the Drum Social Podcast with Alex Morse and Ben Bell.
Welcome to the Drum Social Podcast.
What a start.
Right, welcome to the Drum Social Podcast. Today we're in East London. We're with the guru of hip-hop drumming, the stellar jazz drummer, the hope of drum and bass, Mr. Richard Spaven. How's it going?
It's going all the better for seeing you guys in East London. That's how it's going.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you very much.
I'm nervous and I'm scared because I really like you as an artist, and I didn't want to say that and look you in the eyes, and I regret having said that now. I feel like a fanboy.
It got weird, didn't it?
It got weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that again, you fool. To start with, when we originally emailed you, you had suffered an injury to collarbone. You broke your collarbone.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Are you all right? How's it going?
I'm fine, yeah. Yeah.
It's all healed.
Yeah, I can do this. This is good, yeah.
That's good.
I broke my collarbone because I fell off a climbing frame. Is that also what happened to you?
Can you do this?
You're flamming.
And you can,
Oh, no.
it actually feels good anyway, you know.
Is that something they told you to do, like the medical professionals?
They did, yeah.
Is that like the gauge of you're okay?
It's just that your shoulder moves, it rotates in there a lot more than you think. It does more than you think, all this.
I don't think. To start things off, I'm going to give you a little gift, if that's okay. So I'm going to slide it across the table, like we're in a mafia boss movie.
Yep, I'm waiting for it.
Get your eyes on that. Feel free. That's not the gift. The gift's inside the bag.
I mean, the bag has been carefully chosen.
Yeah, it came like that. It's not been altered in any way.
I would argue with the message.
You
by
would?
the way. Yeah.
Really, I just had to make the bag be drum related.
For the listener, the bag says bass drum size doesn't matter on it.
Yeah.
It's quite a small bag.
Yeah, it was more the size than the subject.
I mean, I'm thinking there might actually be a bass drum in it.
I actually don't know
would've-
what he's brought you either.
That would have been good.
Am I
Yeah,
to
yeah.
open this now?
Yeah, if
it's
you'd like
for you,
to.
whatever he's got you, and I apologise in advance.
Oh, it's a great present. It's a Dilla Donuts hat.
It's a Dilla Donuts hat.
You've brought a good gift.
I know, for once, I brought a good gift.
Oh.
I think the church just opened.
Yeah.
I thought that was the noise for good gifts. I was like,
Yeah.
how's he done that?
East London, close to Big Ben.
Yeah, we're near Big Ben or a big keg of beer. There's also a scratch card in there
I'm all about scratch cards.
because I just thought I was going to get you some biscuits, but I was like, no, I'm just going to go scratch card, give you a chance of 100,000.
What would the biscuits have been? Just out of interest.
This is
Just
the
so
packet.
I can compare with
This is
which
the
one
packet
I would
I
have
went
preferred.
to pick up. It was ginger nuts.
Good choice.
It's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's slightly above your everyday biscuit, but
Yeah. I think I've moved on.
yeah.
To scratch cards.
Ginger thins.
Thins. How thin? You know,
I
the
don't know, actually, really. It's just a thin...
shouldn't have got into it.
It's
should
like
we?
a thin, more expensive ginger nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Beating ginger, I've never heard it spoken about so positively. That was quite a nice couple of seconds of beating ginger there.
yeah. Get
Is
emotional again.
Has anyone, like, normally you sort of, like, you put a £1 coin in with one of these? I don't know. Is it?
No, I'll tell you what's in there. There's a hat, which we'll get into in a minute, but there's another thing in there, which is a little card.
This is unbelievable.
What does it say on the front of the card, Mr. Spaven?
What have you done here?
Predictions.
Now, I would like you, if you're willing, to take this permanent marker and put an X over the back of the card so we know no one tampers with it throughout. Okay?
It's getting a bit David Blaine, this, isn't it? I wasn't expecting this.
The reason...
What's his name?
Darren Brown.
Darren Brown, yeah.
The reason I bought you predictions for what I think the interview is going to go like is because, to me, you are the Darren Brown of drums. You are an illusionist with rhythm. Oh, no. Okay. You've drawn over the seal. We know no one's going to tamper with it. Let's leave it on the table and we'll look at it at the end. The gift. I'm talked a lot now. The gift is a hat. We talk a lot about drummers that wear hats. You're in the company of Pert. You're in the company of Zach Farrow and Chad Smith. When I think of you, often at late night, I always think of you in a hat. So I got you a hat, but also I got you a Dilla-themed hat because Dilla, you love Dilla. Am I right?
Absolutely, 100%. Spot
Brilliant.
on, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. To begin with, off the hat as well,
Yeah.
maybe we'd like to talk about you as a younger drummer and like how you got into drumming. And I think I know this for a fact. The first bit of drumming equipment you got was a hi-hat. You just had a hi-hat at one point?
What do you know? No.
Yeah.
Well, we figured out very early on, I know nothing.
It was a snare drum first, but it was a bit of a toy snare drum. But it had sticks with it. They were my first sticks. They were sort of toyish as well. But
Well, like plastic ones?
no, they were wooden, but unofficial. It was a very unofficial sort of snare drum. And then a hi-hat came. That was very exciting.
So you just had a hi-hat and a snare drum?
I did.
How old are you then?
About 6, 7.
Are you thinking, I'm going to be a drummer now?
No, I'm just thinking, how can I expand this and get a bass drum and feel like I'm surrounded by drums?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just wanted I wanted a drum kit, yeah.
Yeah.
But it came in installments. The stool took a long while to come, and I had to sit on at the bottom of the stairs, and just with my hi-hat and snare drum. Sounds sad now, doesn't it?
Really sad.
That's quite sweet, like a little Harry Potter kind of character.
There was no heating out there as well in the hall. It was freezing, so I had to sort of pop back in and warm up.
Warm up.
Yeah,
Is it also true that you saw a Buddy Rich gig?
yeah.
Is that the first thing you saw where you were like, wow?
Probably around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is mental, don't you think that's mental?
Yeah, he comes up every episode.
Yeah. Jazz? You learnt jazz?
Well, my teacher
That also
was
comes up every episode?
jazz.
Just that a lot of great drummers, it seems to be the first thing they find is Buddy Rich, which obviously then leads them into studying jazz.
I mean, the thing is, I was so young that I was too young to go and find anything. So it was just at that age, it's like whatever is put in front of you,
Yeah.
you know. And like my teacher, I started lessons when I was about 8. He was a big band drummer, so you just sort of gravitate towards whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I was a very diligent student, just like I just do what my teacher does, sort of thing. You know, I wasn't digging for records at that time. So when my dad just was like, we're going to this gig, you know, I didn't know who Buddy Rich was. But I sat there and just kind of like had crazy epiphanies, I think, about like what was possible on a drum kit, you know?
I find it mad looking at you now or hearing your sound now. It's so far from the origins of that. When did you start to first find like drum and bass? And when did you start to hear that and go, oh, I'm going to take it in this direction? Because that's like a conscious decision, I guess, to want to move that way.
I think it was just about sort of finding music for myself. And I was doing a lot of big band stuff in my teens, turning up to rehearsals. I remember turning up with like drum and bass blaring out of the car and then going in and playing Take the A Train or something, you know what I mean? And it was sort of later on that I sort of drew that parallel of like, okay, this has sort of become a bit of a thing, you know, and just like, I think taking away the divide between those things was suddenly really easy. And also playing big band stuff, I was like, I've sort of got a bit of a sort of jazz disciplined approach going on. I'm listening to hip hop. I can do that, you know, I could just do stuff because I'd sort of started with quite a disciplined kind of teacher, and, you know, playing big band stuff is quite, I would say, quite a disciplined thing. So you don't necessarily hear that, but it's like, that was definitely a good foundation.
Yeah. But how did you move from playing in big bands with like fellow students to then finding your own scene? Because it's not just finding the records, you then got to find where the scene is happening. Is it cool to call it a scene? Doesn't sound right when I say it.
I think it's a scene.
Sounds wrong when I say it.
Yeah, it's just you. It's fine for anyone else to say it. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll say
Yeah.
it. Was it all right finding the scene?
Oh, yeah, absolutely fine, yeah. I mean, it's just like living like so close to London was a blessing with drum and bass coming around, because it was just like, I feel like I was there for the beginning of drum and bass when no one knew what drum and bass was. I wasn't going because I was a drummer, like trying to investigate some drum chops or something. I was just going as a total fan, you know, and I would come out of there just so inspired. And it took me a little while to think like, maybe I could take this to the kit. You know, I was just buying records and just going to clubs, mostly Blue Note. There weren't many clubs at that time, but and just feeling inspired from the music. And I still get that feeling from a good bit of drum and bass.
When is this happening in time?
90s, like it's sort of like that. There's a rich vein of drum and bass that happened in sort of 94 was more jungly. 95 we sort of started talking about drum and bass. 95 to 97, 98.
Yeah.
Good period for drum and bass records. That
You obviously have a very sort of unique setup in terms of like sort of smaller size kick drum.
Yeah.
I'd say like quite big cymbals, sort of unique sounds that as soon as you hear it, you know it's you. How long did that take to kind of set up and get that?
There's a sort of bigger answer to that probably in just like my whole playing and like everything that I do feels like very kind of personal, but like it's because I've sort of taught myself and I think a lot of things, it's just this sort of realization that the way that you want to do it can actually be the right way. Because you look at the way other people do it and you're like, that's not the way I do it. And if you've just come upon these things for yourself, things can feel wrong, you know? So it's just like committing to what you feel is right.
Yeah.
And for drums, playing small sizes, you know, jazz kit, but not necessarily playing jazz on it. That works for me as like in a hip hop way. I mean, I've said this loads of times, but like all the best breaks, you know, Amen, if you're thinking like Amen break, Think break, or, you know, loads of hip hop records. A lot of those classic breaks and samples come from 70s-ish, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Back then we weren't recording 22-inch bass drums full of pillows. You know, it was like higher pitched bass drums. So I'm sort of like, there's a bit of an angle for classic breaks in there as well.
Your setup, like it's so expressive. I think minor cymbals are perfect for the way that you play because there's so much colour in all of the ways you use them. What was that like to build that setup specifically, like the Yamaha? Is it absolute hybrid kit you've got?
It is.
How did it all come together? Is my question. I've got too excited, and I want to know.
I'd also throw in with the cymbals. I also think it's obviously massively down to your playing because I own the Crash Ride, the minor one with the rivets in.
Yeah.
And is that the one that you and Benny Greb both have as well?
I mean, it's his cymbal really. It's got him on it.
Him on it, but you two have it. I have it, but for some reason, when I hit it, it just sounds like someone's like headbutted a Ford Fiesta. But then when you guys play it, it's magic. So I think it is also the playing as well as the gear.
I'm just trying to hear that sample in my head.
Yeah. We've got it somewhere in the archives.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to find people that have got like such a unique sound linked to their kit. Was that a conscious decision to start pulling things together that you felt made the sound you wanted?
It would make a better answer if that was all considered from the start, but it was just sort of like, I went and did a gig it was at Leeds College of Music, and they gave me like a Yamaha Maple, like that dark wood one. I can't remember what the finish is called, but it had an 18-inch bass drum. And I remember just finding it really expressive. I just loved it. And so I went and bought one. And that was the start of 18-inch bass drums for me. And I love when sound engineers just, like, they love 18-inch bass drums. They sort of give you quiet respect that all you 22-inch guys probably don't. I don't know if you get that from sound engineers.
They all hate me, yeah.
You know? They just give you, like, a bit of a, like, nice bass drum, mate. You know, it's just...
Yeah.
It's in and out, you know, it does what it needs to do. And
I used to take a 20 by 22 with a super hoop SJC kick drum to like pubs, and the soundmen there would be like, "Can you just leave? Don't even come in here. It's too long to fit in the venue for a start." What's wrong with me?
We're editing that out, right?
Yeah.
You didn't mean to say that, did you?
No.
I mean, we're recording, for goodness sake.
I think maybe just minor cymbals and let's just cut.
I've got to live in this skin. You know what I mean? You're only here for a moment. You're at the amusement park. I own the lease. Yeah, minor cymbals. When did your relationship start with minor cymbals?
It's probably about 10 years ago-ish. I think it probably is.
Yeah.
And I wasn't actually fully aware that Meinl did so much like dark, trashy stuff. And I was kind of into that at the time and trying to get more into that and like trying their stuff out. Like I've said to them, it actually changed the way that I play. Like, I mean, like leaving the stick on the hi-hats, like I play the 16-inch extra dry hats, and like leaving the stick on there just feels great. It's like a feel thing with your cymbals, you know? And I do the same thing with the 20 crash. If I did that on a shiny 16-inch, I don't know, high-pitched cymbal, it would sound absolutely awful, you know, but it's sort of made adjustments to the way that I play. Love those cymbals. Trashy. It's like having an MPC. Just like hip hop drum machine, but it's your cymbals. Yeah, fantastic.
Do you have any advice for like people on trying to? Because it sounds to me like you're saying it was just kind of happenstance. You find this kick, you like the sound of that kick, you find the mono cymbals, and it seems to work together. But have you been able to, over the years, think about what it means to find a setup that works for you? Especially being someone that is seemingly discovered your sound by self-teaching yourself.
Yeah.
And following your own instincts, which is incredible in of itself.
My advice is just commit to what you're doing and know that it's okay. It's valid. You know, because I think I just spent a lot of time feeling like it should be some other way or my playing should be some other way. And then, I mean, it's relatively recently when the first drum show that I ever did was London Drum Show 2016 maybe. And like I was petrified because I was like, I don't do any drum show sort of stuff. You know, I have no arsenal for that type of event, you know. And I remember playing and there was just this queue of people that wanted to chat. And it was just the way they were talking to me was like, they were sort of baffled and intrigued by what they had heard. And I sort of needed that to be able to feel like, actually, maybe what I do is a bit different, and maybe all that time that I've just kind of been teaching myself and doing my own thing and, you know, own path and all that sort of thing, maybe that's all been a good thing, you know? So that's totally how I look at it now. But it's just a long time feeling like you're doing it all wrong and that you should have a 24-inch bass drum, you know?
Beautiful. It is beautiful, because the doubt would get me, I think, because you'd spend so long away from learning from somebody else that does it this certain way.
Yep.
That you would feel like, I think I'm just in open waters and no one's going to understand what I'm doing. But I haven't done that, you know, have I? So I don't know what it feels like.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, that's nice. That's given me hope. It's not over yet. All that drum and bass inspiration that you got from the 90s scene, we are drum and bass idiots. We need help. We're fools. Could you give us any go-to artists, go-to tracks that might help us get into the genre a bit more?
Well,
on the spot?
I can't guarantee it will help you get into the genre, but it is like there's certain tracks from that golden
window. Can we call it a window?
I wasn't going to say window, but like I was looking for like vein or something like that, you know?
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Something like that.
It's fine. I saw you making like a W shape with your mouth. I went for window.
I didn't know I could make a W shape with my mouth.
You just did it.
Photech is a great example.
Right.
And also, I mean, we're talking like, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow. Photech has started, he put some Instagram up recently of him getting his old sampler out, like floppy disks, like all the old breaks. So it's like, Photech's coming back. I'm beside myself.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Photech.
So like classic Photech stuff is like Photech, Hidden Camera, Complex, Seven Samurai. Oh my days. What a tune.
What a movie.
You're not like Photech made drums sound so good that they've never sounded better than 1995 Photech.
We are blasting Photech in the car on the way home. That's what's going to happen.
What's another one? There's more. Rings Around Saturn. That'll get you back to Essex.
Joel's nodding.
If he's nodding.
Sorry, the second artist. Horizons of Saturn.
Absolutely not.
You just
There was only one artist,
Yeah.
Photek.
Okay, I was close, but this
just
happens a
stab in
lot.
the dark.
It was better than Rings Around Chelmsford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I've come in nervous. I'm swinging to keep up.
Moving on to your solo album that came out recently. I was there at Jazz Cafe. What a time. How was that sort of making your own album?
Firstly, that gig was like probably one of the best gigs I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Do you know what? I've never like been able to play and look the whole audience in the eye and smile at the same time to the amount that I was able to do it at Jazz Cafe that night.
The crowd was so close. Like one lad was just part of your hi-hat at one point, I think. Like everyone was just right next to you, weren't they?
The drum students, yeah.
Yeah, they
Down the front,
were
yeah.
bobbing along. They were loving life.
We were vibing. It was like an unbelievable gig. Yeah, I'm not always in that kind of. I'm not always able to engage with the audience like that, and it was amazing. Really, what a vibe. We were just charging each other up. Anyway, what was the question?
Just how was it making that album? There's some bangers on it as well. I don't know if you want to go into some of the tunes as well, but
Up to you, mate. I mean,
I'd specifically like to go into one, but we can
I
do
made
that.
it just down the road from here, of course,
yeah, go on. Where was that?
Where?
under my railway arch in Blaytonstone. Yeah,
Shout out.
Get in. Is it a studio there?
yeah. My studio.
It's your
is down
studio.
there, yeah.
Can I come round?
Don't let him round.
Don't let me round.
So yeah, you're welcome anytime.
So you obviously produced Soul Subject.
I did.
I'd love to ask you about your writing process. Like, how does it work? Because you're obviously an amazing drummer, but then you've got to create these songs that have like of such a vibe to them. I wondered how you did it. Like, where do you start? What's your building blocks? Do you get an idea and then build upon that, then go back and add to it?
It's funny. I think being a drummer is like it's a good angle to have on making a record. And sometimes the fun is like, I made a drum beat. This is really interesting. I could see this being fleshed out into a whole composition. You know, I see it already, and that can be great. It can also be a lot of fun to have some music in existence and to like try and find the perfect groove or drum beat for you, you know. I really enjoy doing that. It's like a refinement process that I love doing. Like Soul Subject is one of those. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I got it right. You know, in terms of like that beat, it's kind of, it's sort of half time, but it's not slow. Do you know what I mean? There's sort of 16th undercurrent going on with all the ghosting and the hats and stuff. And you can't even tell whether that's a hi-hat or a ghost note sometimes. I just love that underneath, you know.
It's the same with that Allied tune, the drum beat in that. It's like it is a shuffle, but in my head you just sit down and nail that out first time. Is that something that you work through that beat or?
It's funny, that beat. I was doing loads of. I was talking about the Purdy Shuffle a lot on my Patreon, and I was kind of like, I think there's a Spaven Shuffle in there somewhere, you know. I wanted to like reinvent it, like all respect to Bernard and everything, but I was like, there's something, and it's basically like a shuffle with it's like 3/4 inside the shuffle.
I think I've seen you break that down on. Did you break that down at the UK Drum Show?
We got technical, didn't we? I don't think I did.
You did some 3 over a shuffle when it melted my brain in a beautiful way.
Maybe I did. Thanks for remembering.
I barely remembered anything else but that.
But yeah, I mean, I can't remember what I was going to say about that, but it's like another...
Great.
Well done, Ben.
Yeah.
A track I'd like to talk about is track 2, which is Spaven's Ark
Oh, yeah.
with Wild Child.
Yeah.
How does that work when you're working with a vocalist, like a lyricist? Do you give them the subject, this is what I think I want the song to be about? Or did he come to you and go, I would like to... Or does it just happen in the moment?
I love the thought of Wild Child just coming to me and just...
Yes, he's at the door. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know him as well. And I guess a lot of people probably don't know who Wild Child is. He's very significant to me, and to work with him, I sat down in this building actually with the label, and I was like, I want to bring someone in, like I want to work with a rapper on this, and I actually made a list of rappers who I wanted to work with, and number one was Wild Child. He's like, a lot of people will know Madlib, and Wild Child was in kind of like Madlib's first band. It's like a classic. It's like a cult hip hop album. They're called Loot Pack. Sound Piece is the Antidote. There's an album to check out. And then Wild Child was on like Mad Villain. A lot of people will know that record. You guys know that record?
I'm going to be honest. I discovered Wild Child through this song.
Well, great. I'm glad.
And it's great.
I'm glad I exposed you to Wild Child.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a get in touch with Wild Child, and he came back with like, man, I love your music. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. Can we work together on something? And he's in LA, so it was a remote thing. And I sent him the track, and he took some time on with it basically, and was like, I'm just trying to find the right vibe and absorb it, and and he said that to me a few times, and when I heard it back, I was like,
fair enough. I would have said the same.
yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you sent him. So you had a track. You had bits of a track. You had like a verse and a chorus, like the bedding for that.
I basically sent him like the track without any vocals.
So
on
you
it.
constantly building, like, I suppose in your studio, you're constantly working on things. You'll get something that inspires you and you'll want to build on it, or you'll hear a bit of music that you want to put drums to. Eventually it culminates in you getting an album, or do you slot out time to be like, I want to work on an album now?
Basically that, yeah.
Just the second.
Yeah, otherwise you prioritize other people's stuff all the time. And I've actually before got my calendar and written in it like Spaven album, and blocked out 2 weeks.
Nice.
It really works because someone says, oh, can you do that session? I'm like, actually, no, I can't. Whereas normally we really easily bat off our own projects to do other people's projects.
Yeah. Is it important to then almost prioritize your own time, treat your music with as much respect as somebody else's?
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of my favorite things to do is to make my records. And it's always, if you're in busy periods, it's always the thing that I'm sort of striving to get back down the road here and like crack on, because you've got all these ideas like on the back burner, and you want to get into them. So it's like doing your own records in the first place is a great way to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And if I don't particularly like the sideman term, but if you're in bands, that aren't yours, it's a great way to just like have somewhere to channel your ideas.
Yeah.
I find that very satisfying.
I find that with the people that you do play drums for, it seems like they hire you because they want your sound, they want your drumming. Yeah. It's not like, here's the beat, can you just play that?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to go on to, like, I love Loyal Kana's stuff, but like that kind of thing, like that Hugo album, I feel like, especially like the first track and stuff, is clearly you on drums. You've not been brought in to play someone else's part. So how have you found that? I feel like that's probably as fun as making your own music, but it's close to it. But how was it writing that album? That's an insane album.
Well,
It's a beautiful album.
A transition took place somewhere along the line. I'm not quite sure where it happened, but it's just where people started asking me to do stuff where I would just slot right in, and they were wanting me to be me, you know, and not, be a chameleon and go in and session kind of vibe, you know, where you just need to fit in and do the job in hand, and that was, I'm grateful for that, because it's really nice to go in the studio and like, well, I can do me. I know that I can do that already, so it's that's a nice situation. In terms of the first meetings with Loyal was that recording.
Yeah.
And that was kind of lockdown time. And he He brought in Alpha Mist, who I was working with at the time, and Alpha got me and Rocco Palladino to go in, and we just had these real like wide open like jams. You know, I think it was the first time any of us had played since the whole lockdown thing. Well, which was still continuing, and that's how those tunes came about. So it's not surprising we all sound like us.
Yeah. Because even watching it as well, it's really nice. Like you did the like Albert Hall and stuff, but
yeah,
I think as a drummer watching it, it's nice because you feel like you're watching Loyal Kana and Richard Spaven. You're not just watching like a band in the background and just the artist as well.
Yeah, it's funny that because on the Royal Albert Hall album, there's obviously that track Lasting Place on there. And like we talked about drum and bass a lot already today. And that tune is where I really got to kind of just influence the sound. Like that tune, the original of that tune on his Hugo album is very different to the live version. And it was just something where we just, I mean, I wasn't forcing it, but I was like, I think this could work. You know, me and Finn, the keys player, we were just sort of putting it about, you know, a bit of just this vibe for this tune. And it just felt like home for the tune. So it's really nice to work with someone who, you know, where you can not just be, you don't feel like the session guy. Just shut up and play the parts. It's like open to ideas, and you know, that's a prime example. And there we are putting that down for the live album Royal Albert Hall.
It's insane.
Mental, isn't it?
Yeah,
Drum
I think
and
if anyone listening doesn't know that Hugo album by Loyal Kana, such a good album. And Loyal Kana himself, as someone who is ADHD and has dyslexia, he does like a cooking school in Hackney.
Yeah.
And the Instagram for it is Chili Con Carne.
Yeah.
Which,
That's great.
just, gold medal for him. Insane.
Slam dunk,
Absolutely.
innit? Slam dunk of a name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's inspiring to see someone that is operating in somebody else's playground, but not sacrificing your sound and taking it's allowed to breathe in these spaces, because you've played for, I mean, the list is ridiculous. It's like Gregory Porter, who recently won The Masked Singer, I heard this morning. Well done to him.
Wow.
But loads of people like Flying Lotus, the Cinematic Orchestra, who I've not really spent much time listening to, but knowing that we were doing this, I've just been listening to them, and there's just an addiction to the music, I find, when I put it on. And a lot of it, sometimes, the songs you played for, it's the attraction of the beats that you write that pull me in.
It's funny, just on that, it's like, just anyone who doesn't know my music is like, it's never trying to be complicated. And there's no smoke and mirrors, and like, the music is not a vehicle so that I can get some chops off in some time signature or something, you know what I mean? There's always like a soulful element to it. I'm trying to think of a tune, like there's a tune of mine, Nova, which has, like, if we talk about that as drummers, we could talk about this crazy missing 30-second note that occurs in every bar, and to play it is it's quite heady and a bit crazy. When you listen to that, it's just a hip hop beat.
Yeah.
You know, so we just sort of
like the balance of it all is crazy, isn't it?
That's the aim, is to put out soulful music that people can feel.
Yeah.
You know, not kind of just like overcomplicated jazz records where we have to fill it with lots of information. And
earlier you mentioned Alpha Mist.
Yeah.
Recently you released the 44th Move.
44th Move, yeah.
How did that come about?
We actually just released a single with Kel Chris rapping on it. And I like Kel Chris, yeah. I don't normally do things like that.
We're going to slow-mo that and zoom in on it.
With the sound of a Fiesta being headbutted with a cycle helmet.
I'll recreate that outside if you want.
Yeah.
We just did a single. We've got a new album about to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alpha is like... how did I actually meet Alpha? Because I played with his band for a very short time. But we've been sort of doing this project together, like a collaboration. And I think, I don't want to speak for Alpha, but I mean, I think for both of us, it's sort of liberating to do a collaboration because we're both a bit more. I think it's become a little bit of our sort of hip hop project for both of us, of just being able to sort of chuck some ideas in and be a bit less, not so close up to it as you are with your own music. You know, you can get a little bit too close to it, and there's only you. But you can just, you know, Alpha, what do you think? It's like, that's terrible. And he's already edited it out, you know. And you're like, thanks, let's go for lunch.
How did you, how did you get into production? Where, did that just start from falling in love with like sample music and just wanting to play with that?
Yeah, I was just interested in it, yeah. It's just like drum and bass, I think it was really, of just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Moving on to sort of your teaching as well, because obviously we've all seen you play at the UK Drum Show. You mentioned it earlier that you also have a Patreon. I saw one of the tiers of the Patreon was called Players, which that's a good laugh. But yeah, is it not?
It is, yeah.
It is, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay. It's like, oh my God, my research. But yeah, did you want to explain kind of what you do with the Patreon and like?
You shit yourself then.
Yeah, I don't know what happened then.
We're not in the driving seat, are we?
All the tears.
Yeah.
All the tears. Well, they're going to be your tears in a minute.
More feuds.
All the tears are just named after classic hip hop albums. Players is a Slum Village tune, and All Caps is a Mad Villain tune already mentioned.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the Official is another tier on there, which is a J-Lib record. Which funny enough,
Little Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's great.
almost I've got the hat. You know,
Lovely.
Donuts, so different record. But J-Lib album, there goes another recommendation.
Thank you.
Was there a question in there that I should have been answering?
Just what is on the Patreon, or if you wanted to promote the Patreon, if you want. I mean, you don't have to.
I've also got a question about your teaching, but we'll do that after.
Patreon is like I've done quite a lot of teaching in sort of universities and you know master classes and drum camps and stuff like that, and I enjoy it the most when it's like I can teach the things that I really want to teach.
Yeah.
And basically that's what Patreon is. It's like a whole bunch of all my crazy ideas laid out for you to sort of get stuck into, really. And that's who I think I have on there, is people who want to just have someone just give them some fresh input all the time.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what they get. Not half.
So your
Why
approach,
did I say that? Can you edit that out, please?
Nah,
your approach to teaching is
That's having reverb on it.
is that you are coming at it from your unique perspective, your sound that you've created.
Yeah, most people who come to me are specifically they're looking for something specific.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like generic drum teaching, which I think, you know, that suits me. And I must say, teaching can go really well sometimes, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy finding out with people what it is that they need, you know, because a lot of people come to you and they might think they know what they need, but sometimes it's down for you to decide, or decide together, you know. And I was teaching yesterday and I got a message from a student afterwards just sort of gushing with inspiration, you know. And I think when you're in the teacher position in that scenario, I think students don't realise how inspiring it is for you as well. And that's when I just love teaching. And that's, like, I don't have any teaching qualifications or anything like that, but it's striving for that all the time, you know, with this feeling of how good it can be, that just makes me think that I'm not too bad at it, you know. And there's also like I find more and more we get into like psychology as well with, you know, drums and being a drummer, and there's a lot to that, and that's something that I'd really enjoy getting into with people. I think for a long time it was the side of drumming that we never really addressed, and these days it's like everyone's up for chatting about it, and I find it really interesting.
Should we do the game?
You've got a game?
I've got a game.
Oh.
I'm sorry, mate. I always make up a little games and you didn't like it. There will be a theme tune.
This is dispatch. Are there any cars in the area? We've got 2 wanted drummers on the run.
This is car 5. I'm on it. I am the law. And I hunt down wanted drummers. If they want to get away, they have to answer all my questions. If they don't want to get cooked, they better run, run, run. No matter what Richard Spaven says, this game is fun, 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 fun.
Welcome to the game. There will be a theme tune. It's called Drummers Wanted. Richard, am I right in saying that, and I know I am because it played on the radio when I was playing the game, you had a song off your 5's EP on Grand Theft Auto 5?
Correct.
So I built a game around Grand Theft Auto. You two are wanted drummers. I am the law. You've got 3 stars each on the table, right? I've got 3 questions. Each one's worth stars.
Are the stars like a wanted
Yeah,
poster?
they're like a wanted sign. You need to lose your stars to get away from the law.
Deep.
All right.
But the questions are closest to the answer wins. Whoever doesn't win has to give their stars to the other person. So one of you's collecting stars, one of you's getting rid of them. Are you ready to play Drummers Wanted? At the end, there's a prize. What do you think it is? Tangfastics.
Are you wearing 2 pairs of spectacles?
Yes, sir. Okay, question 1. Worth 1 star. Okay. When was Grand Theft Auto 1 released? I'm looking for the year.
Oh, do we just shout out, or is it in turns?
What would you like to say first,
You can
Richard?
go first on
What
that.
year was Grand Theft Auto 1 released?
Oh, 1. Oh, I don't know these things.
No one does.
2002.
Oh, I reckon 90s. 97.
28th of November, 1997.
Get in.
Okay.
That was pure guesswork as well.
You've earned yourself a star there, Richard.
Soz.
Alex, you're doing well, which is
I
unusual.
don't know anything about anything like
no
this.
no one knows anything, really, when you
Oh,
think
okay,
about
yeah.
it. Okay? We're just here floating, and one day it will end. Question 2 is worth 2 stars, so everything could turn on its head right now. How many weapons are in Grand Theft Auto 5, according to GTA.fandomwebsite.com?
I've never even played this.
So how many weapons in total are in the game?
I reckon there's got to be quite a lot of
Yeah,
weapons.
big time.
Closest 2. I'm hiding it from you.
Yeah.
I don't trust your peepers.
Pick a number. I mean, I've got stars to get rid of.
Yeah.
That's
I should
the
be
game.
taking this seriously.
Just wing it. How many weapons could you fit, like, in your video game?
995 weapons.
All right, okay.
I don't know, 50?
Yeah, it's 59.
I was a little way off there then.
Okay, so
2
far,
stars that was.
So far, you've got all the stars, but you could all turn around for the last question.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's hope it
but
does.
it looks
Yeah.
like you're taking a bag of Tangfastics home at the moment, Alex. Question 3. How many copies of GTA 5 were sold on its release?
Well, this is a quiz about GTA 5 that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, but you're on it.
On its
you're on
release.
it.
It's a great song as well, by the way. Great EP.
Thanks.
And that's really what this is about. 5s. It's 5-I-V-E. Imagine that. Imagine me looking at that word, trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Great. What's he done there, I'm thinking?
It wasn't for you, that. Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's like a number plate. You know when someone writes their name, Gary, but it's in
No,
letters.
yeah, that's
G4RY.
always causes discomfort.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Why'd you do it with the EP? How many copies of GTA 5 were sold on its release? It's the second best-selling video game of all time and one of the most financially successful entertainment products of all time, with over £8.5 billion in worldwide revenue.
Yeah, it was a good one to get a tune on, that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you mean on its release?
When it was released, how many copies did they sell?
But it's still released since then.
Yeah, but this is like
Since
capped.
that
This is
release.
capped on the. This is capped at the release. So
Well,
like the first month or the first year, I think it is.
Well, it could be a bit.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have that
It's vague,
information.
innit?
Just
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
a big number.
I'm not the one going to the slammer.
You got the
so I'm all
royalties.
Yeah, I've got stars here.
It's
to
worth 3 though,
offload.
so you could be back where you started if you get this right.
How many copies?
How many copies? Just a number. I need a number.
Well, you need every question. You need a number. I have no idea.
I'm the law.
I don't know about numbers. Yeah, I know.
I'm in the driving seat
You're
now. I'm pretty sure I
intimidating
am.
me.
Pretty sure you're not still in the driving seat, but you might be. Feel like you're in the driving seat, Richard.
Hopefully I will be soon, getting out of here.
Almost, but something terrible will happen first. You've got to open that predictions thing.
I dread that as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There's more stuff to
it doesn't
dread.
end. Yeah.
We'll be done pretty soon.
Why doesn't Alex go first? And
Alex?
Because I've gone first every time. And
It is unfair.
20 mil.
20 mil. 20 mil. He's gone for 20 mil. Think of those royalties. Could it have been from 20 mils worth of games? I don't think it could have, could it? Must have been more.
I don't know, officer.
Just a number. Pluck around.
17 million.
Why'd you go lower? 210 million, guys. It's a big game.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, you are cooked. You've lost Drummers Wanted. Alex has won the Tangfastics.
Get in.
Which he's not going to get them, though. You can still have them. I bought them for you. 2 for 1 in the local corner shop.
I can't take them.
Can you eat sweets?
What do you mean? like physically?
But are you allowed to eat sweets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay. We have a Spotify playlist and we ask each guest to just put 3 songs into it. They can be songs that either inspired you when you were learning drums or songs that you've played on. Up to you, whatever you want to choose, wherever you want to go. You're back in the driving seat.
Can we put, let's put the Lorcana Lasting Place, but please put the
Absolute
live from Royal Albert Hall version.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
pop
big
that in there.
flex.
Because it keeps us on the drum and bass kind of tip. What else should we put in there? There's a crazy... I'm going to keep it drum and bassy-ish.
Yeah.
Tenuous drum and bass. There's a crazy tune by James Zoo, who's a crazy Dutch artist who I work with. And we did a tune called Crumble, and it was live with the Metropole Orchestra. Check that out. It's just crazy. It's also 190 BPM, which is pretty much going at full tilt on there, yeah, with an orchestra. Let's put one of those tunes that we mentioned, like a classic sort of drum and bass tune, like what would be good? Dillinger artist, Dillinger with a J, Deadly Deep Subs remix.
I'll get them
Beautiful. Get them in there.
in. Cool.
Right. Any last words? That's the wrong way to say that.
Shall
Before
I
you
open
open your predictions, I think. Yeah. Do you want to open them? See how close I was. Zooming in on that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is that a hate crime?
I'm happy for it to be a hate crime.
It will be turned into that.
Yeah.
To be honest, you don't get to pick where you come from.
I dread what you've put in this.
What was prediction 1 that I hope I got it right?
It's your birthday.
Is it your birthday?
No.
Got that wrong?
Oh, God, what is this?
Just want to take a swing. Number 2.
Alex lost Drummers Wanted.
Oh.
I really thought you would. Or at least let him win.
It's not going well.
What's number 3?
You, Richard, will win Hatteroo.
Surprise game. Hatteroo.
Oh, my God.
Another game. What a
We've never-
surprise.
To end everything, so we're officially done.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be funny. I've bought all of my caps from my house.
Yeah.
To just play Buckaroo on Alex's head and just see who just pile them up till they fall.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of that.
Okay.
So let's officially end, and then we'll play a rousing game of Hatteroo.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Thank you very
Obviously, massive regret on your part, I imagine. But
Didn't realise it would be quite this bad, but
yeah,
you know.
So also
imagine my life.
He's a lot, isn't he?
Shout
Yeah.
out to Filly Brook for having us, because it's a beautiful venue. Do you want to enlighten us on the venue? What's going on here?
I think you just have, but I mean, I've played drum and bass in this room.
Oh, history.
Which was hilarious, actually, yeah. The hottest day of the year, and we had to shut all the windows and doors. And it got crazy sweaty in there, and it was nuts. It was like a little rave, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful venue, and I want to come back and drink and eat here.
Do. It's my local hang, basically, yeah.
I won't come back then, I'll save you the grief.
And the Minor videos were shot in the front.
Oh, were
in the
they?
front there, yeah. Nova and Hoodie Beats and Icarus and Spirit Beat. They're all in the front room.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, well, we'll play Hatteroo, but officially it's over and we're free.
So it is.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spaven.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Hope this wasn't that painful.
The
Do you want us to pay for your bus fare?
the only reason I did this was when ages ago there was that clip of you two. I think you were talking about drum show, and you were saying yes, Spaven. I think you said something like if I die and
Yeah.
You
and
know.
that's heaven.
yeah,
Yeah.
then kill me now, something like
Yeah.
that.
Should we kill him now?
But you were like he's funny, and I was like I like these guys.
Yeah.
You know, say whatever about my drumming, but like you actually
Yeah.
to get a bit of recognition for the humour that we get, managed to get down at
The humour is killer.
a drum show. Yeah, we need a bit of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
time.
Let's get that bag of hats.
Should I stay here so I'm on the
Yeah, you
camera?
stay there. Don't you move.
Okay.
Okay.
You brought a bag of... Oh, God. It's never ending.
I can walk you through the
Yeah,
hats as well.
keep this going.
Come on.
Oh, am I putting hats on him?
Yeah, we're going to balance them on Alex's head. Joel, could we get like a hand camera shot of this? Yeah. You don't think it's worth it? Is it in there?
No, just go in.
Okay.
Can we see?
I think we just pluck. That's Richard. We just take
Don't overthink it.
with speed. I'm going to go for the 2018 Women's Softball World Championship in Chiba cap that I got in Scotland.
Oh, does each hat have a story as well?
Nope.
Okay.
We're going to go wide with these snapbacks. Okay. The official hat. Let's just do this fast.
It's a nice green one, isn't it? Oh,
Bought for me as a gift by my friend Ross. And
Formula
I,
One.
It's so ugly, I'm never going
tasteless.
to wear it.
Oh.
This was bought in New York. I wasn't.
Formula One merch.
I said I've never worn it. It was a gift bought for me. Who's wearing that hat? Who's wearing that hat? If I was wearing that, I wouldn't have lost my leg. I tell you, I would have been spotted immediately in the middle of the road. That's a Superboc hat from Portugal. This is from New Zealand. The Ben Never swing hat.
fit
I don't think
together
they're ever
quite
going to
well.
fall.
I mean, these two are stuck together.
Don't worry about that. That's my barbecue company. It is Smoke Barbecue. Come on and have it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go on. You going to do two? Is it sabotage if I do like this? This was made by Yupong when I took a fashion brand to Berlin.
No, we're never going to... It's just we're not going to get them all... Surely we want to get all of these hats on.
Oh, you want to? Right.
I think that would be
I
more
was playing.
impressive.
I was playing Tom Foolery.
If I'd committed this amount of time to watching this...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm rushing for you.
You know, I don't want to see like 8 hats, it's done. I want to see...
Okay,
you know,
let's
we've got another 30 to get through, by the way.
I'm scared to look at how
We
many
can
hats
speed
are
this
left
up.
on the
We'll
floor.
speed it up and I'll overlay you doing this over the top.
Time lapse.
This is from Joyland in Nashville, which is Sean Brock's restaurant. It's beautiful. Go there. Don't know what that hat is. Can't see. Don't care.
Holy fire.
That's a Holy Fire hat. I do care. That's Kodak. That says what that is. That's from South Korea. That is a Goku hat given to me by a Frenchman at the Berlin Fashion Show.
Oh,
It's
This is from the Lagavulin Distillery.
it's getting wobbly.
That is from Wingfest. Me and Will went.
It's-
We got obliterated on alcohol. Don't drink,
Oh.
kids. Oh,
Oh.
what do you think?
oh.
You can jig it. Yes, you can.
We're back.
Don't you move. Don't cough now, Alex.
I know.
This is a Vueling hat. I got given it a Primavera by the company Vueling.
Yuling hat.
Yes. Free. It's free. You're drinking beers in the sun. Would you like a hat? Yes, please, Vueling. That's a chick's hat. Chad Smith, wait a minute, I'll get over it. This is an Elton hat from where I went Wales to see him play.
Do you know what I mean? We've
I
got,
thought this would be over.
Let's
so
get on with
There's
it.
6 left.
We can do it.
If we don't get them all on there,
You've
it's
got
going to feel
that's
like
a
failure.
PlayStation hat.
I think if they all go on, just you both win, and we all just get to go home.
That's all we want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to see our loved ones again. This is another Holy Fire hat. I had to get a lot of samples made for the merch, right?
Oh.
I'm being quite not. It's mental. It's taller than me now.
Oh, there's more hats under here.
Sorry.
There's hats under
What's that one?
It's another one of those where you didn't know. There's another one of those there.
Should we end it with the frog if we can get there? This is a Lafroy hat from the Lafroy distillery.
Oh dear.
How do you feel right now? All the things, like you've been on tour with Jose James, and now you're doing this. How's that feel?
Just like it's all gone wrong.
But the great thing is when you walk out the doors, it'll immediately go back to how it was before you came in here, and you'll feel great.
Let's hope so.
We're never going to speak again, are we?
Well, it depends how the edit goes, really, doesn't it? Because I might be angry on the phone.
Yeah.
That's a frog hat my niece gave me.
I told you to take that bit out.
Why have you just repeated it on a loop?
Why is it me with the last one? It feels like pressure,
That
doesn't it?
is a singer
See,
hat.
this is what people are tuning in for.
You move.
It's wobbling.
It's so
Alex,
big,
for goodness sake, stop breathing.
Oh. It's from Thailand.
We've done it.
Do we end it with the police? Who's got hats? Has anyone got hats?
Not even my hat.
What's this hat? Walk me through the hat, Joel. I need the history.
It's a hat I bought online.
I love it.
I wear it.
Oh, it's my favourite one.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh,
One too many.
I lose.
it's done.
It's done.
Well done.
You lose now, you've got to carry all your hats on. Thanks, boss. Nice.
Well, that was mental. I'll accept that was maybe a bit too far.
Why do you have so many hats?
I don't know.